Once, Mahatma Gautam Buddha decided to stay in a village for some time. The villagers were very happy with Buddha's arrival. Almost all the villagers came to Buddha and listened to his discourses about various situations and easy ways of life. At that time, 4 young men came and bowed to Buddha and sat near him. Buddha looked at all of them and smiled gently. One of those 4 young people said to Mahatma Buddha, "I have a strange problem in my life and I can't find a solution." Buddha said, "Where there is a problem, there is a solution side by side. When you have seen the problem, you will certainly find out the solution if you want. Tell me, what's wrong with you?" The young man said, "I can't concentrate on any task. I forget everything very quickly. I can't concentrate on any particular task. Something always happens in my mind without my knowledge. As a result of this, I can't succeed in any task. You are Mahatma. You are a prophet. Please tell me the solution to this problem." 2 other young men sitting in the crowd of the villagers said, "O Mahatma Buddha, we have the same problem. Both of us can't use our minds for a long time. Please tell me the solution to this problem." All the villagers, including Mahatma Gautam Buddha, were listening very attentively to the problems of the youths. Buddha broke the silence after a moment and said, "There is a complete solution to this problem. O young men, all 3 of you come here early tomorrow morning. Your problem will be solved." The next day at dawn, 3 young men came to Gautam Buddha and stood before him after bowing down. Buddha said, "You all thank yourselves for the problems you think you have with your own concentration. It is because our main problem is our own weakness and problem we do not admit in front of anyone, which you have done. You have to do a small task, and then your mind will come under your own control. A flower called Nilambori is found on the hill some 20 miles away from here. You can recognize that flower as soon as you see it, because there is no other flower so beautiful on the whole hill. You will see that the hill is lit up with blue Nilambori flowers. You have to bring that flowers. I will solve your problem immediately for whoever among you can bring the flowers." Not only you 3, but Ananda, a Buddhist monk in this village ashram, will also go with you. But there is only one condition. All of you will not go together to bring flowers. You all will go alone on different roads and come back with flowers. Remember that the entire path is through the deep forest, so be very careful and be brave enough to protect yourself from danger. Go and get ready to bring those flowers. Everyone bowed down to Mahatma Gautam Buddha and left that place. With some food and drinking water, 4 people left by different roads to bring Nilambari flowers. A day passed after the 4 of them left, and the villagers were talking about the blue Nilambari flowers that the 4 had gone to bring. The next morning, a young man came back and stood before Buddha. The villagers were thronging to see the Nilambari flowers. Buddha said to the young man, "Why are you empty-handed? Where are the Nilambari flowers?" The young man said, "O Buddha, I was passing through a deep forest path. I was very frightened by the growls of terrible animals on the way. Yet somehow I continued to walk through the night in the light of the moon. But in the morning, I heard the roar of a tiger some distance away. I immediately decided that I should go back. So I returned from the midway without bringing the Nilambari flowers with me." Buddha said, "You are very tired. Go to the ashram and rest." Then another young man came back in the afternoon and stood before Buddha with empty hands. Buddha said, "You have come back. Where are the blue flowers?" The young man said, "O Buddha, the road was very terrible. The roaring of wild animals and extreme cold were there. Yet I walked on ignoring all. The next morning my body was tired. I was resting under a beautiful tree. I felt very comfortable when the first sun of the morning came on me in severe winter. I fell asleep under the tree. I don't know how long I was asleep. When I woke up, I saw my bag next to me. There was neither drinking water nor food in it. Probably the bear had eaten it. I walked all day but could not bear the extreme hunger and came back. I could not bring those blue Nilambari. I am sorry." The third young man came back before the second could finish speaking. The villagers thought that the third youth must have brought flowers because he had a big bag, which was quite full. Buddha said, "You must have brought blue flowers. Show it to all of us." The young man stood in silence for a while with his head down, then said, "O Buddha, I had almost reached the mountain, but there I saw a great torrential river. To go to the mountain there was no other way but to cross that river. The current of the river was so terrible that I didn't dare to go down the river, so I decided to come back. Buddha said, "Well, but what have you filled your bag with?" The young man said, "O Buddha, while I was going, I was observing the fragrant spice trees in the deep forest. How many seeds and fruits were lying under it! The seeds and fruits of this fragrant spice are very expensive. So when I returned, I brought a bag full of them." Buddha smiled softly and said, "You too go to the ashram and rest. You will wait until the monk Ananda returns." That day everyone waited, but monk Ananda did not return. The night passed. In the morning, when Buddha was meditating near the ashram pond, the monk Ananda returned and appeared before Buddha. Now the villagers were all eager to see the blue flowers. After a long time, Buddha opened his eyes and said, "Ananda, I am happy to see you." Ananda took out from the bag the beautiful and bright blue nilambari flowers. The villagers and those youths were fascinated. Ananda offered the flowers at Buddha's feet and prostrated again. Mahatma Buddha said, "Ananda, did you have any difficulty in bringing these flowers?" Ananda said, "Gurudev, I did not realize any disadvantage or advantage." Buddha said, "Did you not get scared by the howls of fierce wild animals in the deep forest? Didn't you feel cold?" Ananda said, "Gurudev, I could not hear any animal's howls, and I don't know why I could not feel anything hot or cold." Buddha asked, "Didn't you feel hungry? How did you cross the torrential river just before the mountain? And didn't you see the expensive, fragrant spice trees in the deep forest?" Now Ananda said, "No, Gurudev, I was not hungry. I even forgot that I had food in my bag. I did not eat anything for 3 long days and never felt hungry. The torrential river could not stop me because I had the courage to swim across the river. I did not see any other aromatic spice plants. I could see the blue flowers in my mind and imagination all along the road. I saw or thought of nothing but nilambari. All I could see in my consciousness and imagination were the bright blue nilambari flowers. And as I approached the mountain, the indomitable courage, stubbornness, and strength would increase within me, as if I could see nothing but nilambari. Gurudev, I could not have brought these flowers without your grace." Mahatma Gautam Buddha and the villagers were all silent, listening to Anand and seeing the beautiful blue flowers. Now Gautam Buddha began to tell everyone, including the three youths. This complete path for Ananda was meditation. A flower as beautiful as the Nilambari is a flower as beautiful as any other flower, which for Anand was the center of success and goal. How much we try to increase concentration, but we are completely wrong. Concentration cannot be created or increased. We have to focus our own thoughts on a fixed point, settle ourselves, and calm down our minds. Remember, to know oneself is sadhana. We should make our thinking so one-pointed that only if we can merge ourselves in that specific thinking through perfect analysis, a specific imagination is created, which does not make any special difference between your present and future. That is, at that time, you stay in the present and feel the success of your target or future. And this is where strong confidence is born. This confidence and fixed imagination will lead you to the goal through the pursuit of your actions, which is the ultimate state of meditation. In this state, you will not be able to feel and see anything except that achievement and goal. Just as the arrow, after leaving the bow, knows nothing but reaching the target. This happened to Anand. He did not hear the howls of wild beasts. He did not feel cold and hunger. Nothing came into his sight on the road, and only blue flowers were in his mind, imagination, and meditation. So, Anand is successful. The first young man asked very humbly, Gurudev, how can we focus our thoughts? Buddha said, it is impossible to suddenly control our thoughts in one day, because we have given so much freedom to our subconscious thoughts that they are controlling us, preventing us from settling down, always moving the mind along with our desires and illusions. First of all, we have to simplify ourselves. That is, we have to stop unnecessary worries and delusions altogether. Then one should meditate to know oneself. Meditation does not mean sitting in a secluded place with your eyes closed. When we do a work with full focus and without thinking about any other situation or any other work at all, we are in meditation. One-pointed thinking and feelings are developed with a few days' effort and practice. And this is the initial position of meditation. If you continue in this way, the fickleness of your inner thoughts will disappear forever. Then you will be able to control your thoughts and take them to the center if you wish. Now the second young man said, Gurudev, are our dreams and imagination the same thing or different? Buddha said, completely different. Dreams are reflections of the thoughts of the subconscious mind, and imaginations are the creations of our own thoughts. There you will see very clearly your position, and that is the imagination. The right imagination will lead you to your goal, just as Ananda was taken to the blue flowers. The three young men bowed down to Buddha and said, O Gurudev, I have found the solution to our problem. From today, I will control certain thoughts and make the thoughts one-pointed at every moment. Bless me to be meditative in every breath, in every moment of every action. Buddha said, seeing your fickleness and restlessness, I guessed that you would return without Nilambari. I sent Anand only for your lesson. I was sure that Anand would come back with the blue flowers, because the meditation of Anand and his strong desire to know the truth of life is being felt from far away like the rays of the sun. Friends, write in the comment box what specially you learned from today's story. Thank you. May your thoughts be fixed. May your every moment be meditative.